Guys, I felt like wearing a blue liner moment, and I am not mad at it. Hello everyone, what's up? I hope you're all having, I don't know what this was. This is like a whole alligator thing. I'm just gonna say it, one of these days I'm gonna full on tip myself right off my chair. Today we're gonna be exploring the world of beauty hacks that I found yet again off TikTok. I fall down a rabbit hole and it's like I'm scrolling and then I realize like 4 hours later, I'm like, oh, I'm still on this thing. But I found a whole bunch of really interesting beauty hacks that I wanted to test out with you today and just see, you know, what's worth doing and just what was just, it was interesting. Glad we did it, but let's not go there again. And there is one makeup hack here that I actually do use on a very regular basis, and it is beautiful. Like, chef kiss beautiful. And make sure, if you're new here, welcome by the way, leave a comment down below, introduce yourself. We are a friendly bunch here, and subscribe. New videos here every single Thursday. And now let's dive into the first hack. But for that, I'm gonna need to zoom us in. I'm gonna get real close, up in the pores. Gotta see all the makeup. We gotta see what it looks like. All right, so the first one I actually bought some makeup for because I needed something specific for this one hack, and it is the Color Theory foundation hack, and I think it looks so cool. I know this particular theory is something that makeup artists know really well, or people in art in general. So what I sort of uncovered in the process of kind of understanding a little bit more about the theory behind it and why it works and all these different things is that you have a hue and then you can adapt and change that hue depending on if you add shade with black, or you can tint it with white, or you can tone it with gray. And this applies to all the different colors, and then you can mix and match them. Then there's secondary colors and tertiary colors and all these different things. I know, I dove in deep. So the basis of this is using some sort of palette like this. So I know there's one by Makeup Forever. This is the one that I saw on TikTok, which is the 12 Flash Color Palette. And so essentially what you're supposed to do is you are supposed to be taking some very specific colors on here, dotting them on your skin, and then you blend it, and it's like, voila, it's your skin tone. And you can basically just take like the end of a brush or something like that, and then you just dot things on your face. And I saw a whole like sub thread within the TikTok realm of people sort of debating whether it should be red and blues versus magenta and cyan, and all these different like color theory arguments. I'm gonna go with the one that I have seen the most of, but if you have any other suggestions, leave them down below. I think this stuff's really cool. So we're gonna start by using white because I have a lighter skin tone. If you have a darker skin tone, you can start with black. And I'm just gonna be dotting this on my face. I'm just like stabbing myself into it. I almost dipped into silver, which is very different. That would have been really interesting to look at though. And we're just going to dot all over the face. I feel like right now I'm just doing a really poor job at freckles, you know? All right, look great. Should we do under the eyes too? Yeah, maybe. Just a little bit, why not? Next up, we're gonna be picking up some of this yellow tone. And we're gonna dot that on because I have definitely more of a yellow undertone versus red, though we do have some of each in our skin. I'm just very excited to see how well this blends. I'm trying to put enough on my skin so it's not like, you know, oh, it just disappeared, you know? All right, next. Now we're gonna go into red. Probably not too much red, but like a little bit of red. And then last but not least, blue. Everyone has a little bit of a blue tone in their skin, which I think is really interesting. Just a little, not a lot. Oh, I'm gonna compliment my eye look today. Okay, I think I'm ready. All right, and now we blend. We're just blending in a circle. Uh-oh, this is not good. I don't know if you played here, I'll be real mad. Oh no. Let's try like a stronger buffing brush. Did I use too much red? I hate that I did this and I expected something different. I mean, I did something wrong, right? Absolutely not. All right, so let's discuss this. So number one, I think that I used too much blue and too much red. I didn't think I did, but I did. Number two, I needed more of the white and yellow, like a lot. And number three, I think that this works better on an actual blending, you know, like a tray or something, and blending out the color there and then applying. And I'm sure there are other things here that I did that could have been improved upon, but that did not go the way I was expecting it to. I feel like I've seen so many people do this and it works out so well. I didn't even think that it wouldn't work. Wow, right out of the gate. It looks like my 1-year-old just finger painted on my face and then attempted to blend it in. I need a minute. Well, okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll wash this off because I have more hacks. I have more hacks. These ones will not let us down. All right, I'm back. Fresh skincare, washed it all off. But before I did, I ran into my 5-year-old dressed as a construction worker, and he looked at me and he's like, "Why you got the paint dots on your face?" I mean, fair question. And to his credit, he just kind of looked at me and was like, "Mom's weird," and continued on his way. Probably to fix my bathroom, I don't know. So now we're gonna go on to the lipstick blush technique. And this is something that isn't necessarily new, but it is making sort of this round through the internet right now. And they put it onto their skin first and then cover it up with foundation, and it gives this nice soft, like, flush from within, you know? And I don't know if you know this, but I happen to love blush.
A lot.
So I saw this and I was like, yes, I will try that. Have I put lipstick underneath my eyes? Yes, I have. Have I put it on my cheeks? Probably, but not this much. People are loading it up. And I feel like we're just gonna go down the same path that we did before, where everyone was like, yeah, put lipstick on. It's a great blush. And then people were like, don't do it. It'll clog up your skin. And then we'll make the round again. So I have this shade right here, which is a really pretty, more of a matte shade, but this is the color Spring Break, which I thought, you know, fitting, considering none of us are going on spring break. I don't know why that was fitting. Basically, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward hack, but really the magic is going to come through when we actually see it with a foundation on top after. And by the way, I'm choosing this particular formula because I think that it's actually going to dry down properly on my skin and not smear around as soon as I add on any foundation. And while I do enjoy a nice, you know, glowy blush moment, I feel like it's just gonna
move everywhere.
And that's not gonna look right. So first of all, look amazing. And now we just blend it in with a brush, one that may end up getting quite ruined. Hopefully not, but we never know. It's so good right now. We're just blending it in. It is going to look very over the top, very blushy, but apparently once you have your foundation on, it's just gonna look glowy. This is hilarious. What am I doing? Sometimes, you know, I question my own sanity. I look great. Now I want to go on to a concealer. Can't take myself seriously right now. We are gonna go on to a concealer hack. And this one is all about the placement of the concealer. And this is something I have been doing a lot of recently, actually, and it works really beautifully in comparison to how I used to apply my concealer. This is 1,000 times better. If you have not tried this yet, highly recommend it. It is game changing for concealer. So instead of like circa, I don't know, 2017 YouTube, instead of doing the triangle sort of shape underneath the eyes, which tends to draw the eye down, it kind of pulls the face down. You want like a nice lifted look, you know? You're going to apply your concealer right in the inner corner, just like that, and then right over top of the outer corner. That's it. And if you want, which sometimes I will do, is I will take some sort of a color corrector and I will just apply it just over where I have that blue tone coming through, something more in like a salmony pink kind of a tone to cancel out the blue. But that is it. That is all you do in that spot. That way you're not covering up too much. You're not going to get cakey or creasy, and it still gives you beautiful coverage. And then you just blend it in with a mildly damp sponge. And that's it. That's all. That's the whole hack. I know it sounds really straightforward, but oftentimes I would add too much concealer under my eyes and then everything would look really cracky. I was trying to say crepey and cakey. So invented a new word there. It just didn't look right under the eyes, and this way it's just so much lighter and fresher looking. Oh, I love. All right, now it's time to cover this sunburn that I've created on my face. And we're gonna be testing out a foundation technique. I'm gonna split my face down the middle that is supposed to entirely eliminate cakey foundation. Like, it's just going to look seamless and perfect. And this technique I actually found on TikTok, but it is Wayne Goss's technique. He has tons of tutorials on YouTube. You can go and check them out, but this is one of them. So I'm gonna be playing with it today. And basically the technique is to apply your foundation to your skin. You just used a brush just to kind of like get it on the skin. I'm splitting up my face for a reason. And then once you have a good layer on, you are going to start blending it into your skin for 6 whole minutes. That's right, everyone. 6 minutes. I'm trying to get it all over my skin on that side. You take a damp beauty blender of some description and you just start blending for 6 minutes. It's a long time to blend. So I thought that an interesting kind of side-by-side comparison would be to do the 6-minute blend on this side. By the way, I have a timer going. And then do my regular amount of blending on the other side and see if you can really see a difference with the same products, maybe even the same sponge. Can you tell the difference with these two techniques? I mean, we're gonna find out. My arm hurts. I should probably work out. That's not healthy. Also, side note, my blush is staying in place. I think that choosing something that's more on the matte side is probably a good idea. Just as a heads up, it's not very much moving is what I was trying to say. It's not really moving, but you can kind of see it underneath my skin. Not a lot though, just a little bit. I'm gonna be back when this is done. This is taking forever. Ugh. Okay, my timer just went off and that was forever. No, not even forever, it was 5 ever. Oh, okay, all right. So I guess we're blended. Oh no, we're not blended yet, hang on. Now you're going to wrap your sponge in a piece of tissue and then very lightly dab over top of your foundation. Very, very lightly, not too hard. Whispers, basically. All right, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna apply foundation the way I normally would on the other side. Mix it in my hand, dip it in the beauty sponge, and then apply. I definitely don't blend for 6 whole minutes. That's a lot of time. And like, hey, if it looks really great, that would be awesome for like a special occasion. Knowing that like your skin can look 1000% better, I might do that. Okay, so that's basically what I would do right there. Now comes the real test. Does my skin look better on the side where I blended it for 6 minutes? All right, mirror, show me. I don't think so. Do you? I'm not super impressed with it on my skin, but it looked beautiful on TikTok, so I don't know. If you've tried this technique before, let me know if it worked well for you, because like for me, I don't know, I personally prefer this side. Almost forgot. The blush. So like you can still see the blush on my skin, but it is very, very faint. You don't see it as much anymore, though it is sort of poking through, which I guess is the whole point of it. So I mean, does it work? Yes, it does. Could I do the same thing with like a cream blush on top? I feel like I could. And you would see more of the blush too if you didn't use a heavy foundation, obviously. If you used more of a like tinted moisturizer, then you would certainly see more of the blush poking through. Just, you know, that's common sense. Okay, so let's get some bronzer on here, and then I have another hack which looks super interesting, and I've never tried this before, and I have never seen anyone use this before, so I'm very excited. Okay, I added some powder, a little bit of bronzer. I want to show you guys before I added any blush or anything like that. So to me in person, I can see the blush on my skin, but I feel like on camera, it isn't picking up as well. Just something to note. It is very, very subtle. So normally, because on camera, like you can't really see the blush, I would add a little bit more blush. It just needs a little more, right? Just not a lot, just a little bit. And it was on my own fault because I used a very heavy foundation. So you know what? I wanted to. Just like a hint, you know? Just nothing crazy, just a little bit. Ugh, I love blush. I love blush. Need that on a shirt. Love blush. Like I was like, not a lot, just a little bit. And I like loaded it up on the side. Okay, so the hack. This hack basically creates a blurred lip kind of a look. And it's a really interesting technique because I've never seen anyone do this before. You basically put a piece of tissue paper or anything on your lip, and then you paint over it with, it looks like any kind of lip product. Could be a lipstick or a liquid lipstick of some description. And then you powder that on top, and then you lift it away, and it's this beautiful airbrushed blurred ombre kind of a lip look, and it looks gorgeous. I want to do that. I want to test it out and see what happens. So I'm trying to like figure out what lip product I want to test it with. I don't know, like I could, maybe I'll do 2 different ways. So I will try it with the lipstick that I used earlier for my cheeks, and then also try it with a liquid lipstick as well, and just see if there's one way better than the other. I don't know. So first things first, I'm gonna place this on my lips and just scribble over it, basically. It doesn't look like you need to be neat at all. I mean, get it on your lips, but other than that, world's your oyster. This is so weird. Okay. Okay. Now powder. Okay. Ugh. Blech. Blech. Tissue paper in my mouth. Ugh. And that did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so not bullet lipsticks, or at least not matte ones. Let's try a different one. Ooh, what about this one? I have a Fenty color. It's really pretty. Okay, let's try this again. Honestly, if I'm duped by the internet again, I'll be real mad. Come on, internet. So disappointed. So disappointed in you right now. Okay, hold on. Maybe it needs to be one ply. Okay, stay with me. I'm so gullible. Okay, then we do it like this. Well, I did get the color on my lips, just not in a very pretty blurred way. Oh, TikTok, why you do this to me? Okay, I'll tell you what does work if you do want to get sort of a blurred look. So you put it on your fingers like this, dilute it like that, and go like this. It's beautiful. This video was a bit of a roller coaster. There were some highs and lows, and the last beauty hacks and beauty products that I tested from TikTok were perfection. It was so good. This one is just, for the most part, honestly, TikTok, just gonna say it, I was expecting better. What's a makeup hack that you tested recently that was either fantastic or an absolute fail? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you've tried recently, and check out these videos on the side in case you have missed any recently. Lots of TikTok beauty hacks and different products that I have been testing. I also have a bunch that I'm in the process of testing right now that I'm very excited about. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos here every single Thursday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, fantastic week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.